Hey guys, welcome back to the DM and Friends. I am DM Angelo, and this arc is on D&D mechanics. The last one we did was all about weapon speed, and man, you guys blew up the comments. A lot of you guys use it, you don't use it, you house ruled it, you use it raw. Well, this video is in direct result of that because people were talking about weapon length over and over and over. So I'm going to break down how that is in D&D from Gary, raw, and we're going to talk about when you use it in combat. So, DMG, page 61, guys. This DMG right here, page 61. Gary lays out why AD&D combat works the way it does. And he says this directly because of the relatively long period of time represented by a round. Dexterity is represented by a more favorable armor class rating rather than a factor which the opponent strikes the first blow, right? So likewise, weapon length and relative speed factors are not usually a consideration, right? Read that carefully. A round in a full minute of maneuvering, probing, jumping around, opening, dodging over the stretch of time, the last dagger and the last fast dagger and the long spear even out. That's why Gary folds reach and agility into armor class instead of it, who swings first. Most rounds lengths, length doesn't come up, right? But Gary adds a line after that. See initiative and charging below, right? However, that's the exception, and it's a big one, right? So, DMG, page 61, 65, under Strike Below's initiative, he says, is modified by weapon length when one opponent is charging, right? Or otherwise closing in, right, into melee contact, right? And under melee at end of charge, right, that section in there, Gary is blunt about it. He says initiative is not checked at the end of charge, of a charge movement. The opponent with the longer reach or weapon attacks first, right? So no roll on a charge, no tiebreaker. No weapon speed factor comparison. The moment two sides close the gap, whether one side is charging or just closing fast, the longer weapon simply just goes first, right? Full stop, done, boom, right? And that's how I run it at the table. So here's a working example. Picture a fighter holding a spear, right? And the bandit rushing in with a short sword, right? They close the different distance this round, right? Forget initiative, right? Forget dexterity. Forget the weapon speed chart from last week's video. The spear connects first automatically because it's longer, right? And so they still have to attack, still got to hit. So if the bandit strikes that, survives that first strike, he's the one who charged, right? He now gets a +2 bonus to hit on his own attack. That's charging. And I'm going to get into that on another video, right? So he gets that +2 for just pushing through, right? That's Gary's trade-off. The charger accepts getting hit first in exchange for the harder swing as long as he lives through it, right? And, side note, he loses his dex bonus too, right? Well, so why? Let's talk about why this expires, right? Here's the part almost every table misses, right? Weapon length only wins this one contact round, right? The DMG, page 62, okay? Check it out. Under close to striking range, right? Moving to engage an opponent who isn't already adjacent is just movement, right? No blows are struck that round at all. Closing happens and melee starts the round after, right? So once both sides are actually locked in melee, you know, toe to toe, round after round, length stops mattering. That's when weapon speed factor from last week's video, right, takes back over. You know, ties get broken by speed, you know, not length. You know, length wins at the door. Speed wins within the room. Okay. So let's talk about the defensive side, you know, when setting weapons, right? So here's the flip side of this, right? So, and it's one of the most brutal rules, I think, in the DMG, right? Setting your weapons against charge, right? So bracing a spear, you know, a spiked pole arm, right? Or a, one of those, you know, something like that, a pike or something, you know, against the ground or something charging, you know, right? If it hits, the charging creature impales itself and takes double damage, right? Gary's own example, a character braces her spear as a giant toad leaps at her. The spear automatically gets initiative, right? Longer weapon, because obviously, you know, the brace effect, you know, takes effect before, you know, the toad attacks even begins, right? So, you know, and the damage die is simply doubled. I mean, it's all crazy, right? So length doesn't just win the first strike, but brace correctly, right? It turns the charger's own momentum into an extra damage against him, right? So kind of bringing charge into weapon, you know, length too. So don't forget that metrics too, or that mechanic too. So let's talk about how you run it right. So here's the whole rule in one breath, right? In normal ongoing melee round, length does not matter. Okay? Gary built that into armor class already. He says it's in dexterity, it's in all that, the jumping and dodging, the moving and all that, right? The moment someone closes or charges into contact, right? The longer weapon strikes first. No initiative, right? No roll required, right? If you're the one charging and you survive that first strike, right, you get +2 to hit. And if someone sets the piercing weapon against your charge, you can run yourself onto it for double damage, right? So one more thing. Since a few of you asked about, you know, last week's video, charging itself carries its own separate cost, right? There is an armor class penalty for giving up your defense to close in the distance fast, right? And I'll talk about that next video. So you guys, that is weapon length in a nutshell. Everybody thinks that it has to do with while you're in combat, well, my weapon is longer and all. No, it's not. Armor class is built into that. Dexterity is built into that, right? Your attack die is built into that. The only time weapon length comes into effect is when you're closing into each other, right? That would be the longer long sword will get attack over a short sword, okay? All right, you guys, there it is. That's raw. That is D&D, AD&D raw. So tell me in the comments, you guys, has weapon length ever decided a fight at your table before initiative even got rolled? I say yes, some of my games. I am DM Angelo. Keep gaming. Take care. AD&D raw, baby. Bye-bye.